Duel Review is brought to you by NexusDigitalComics.com. On today's Duel Review, it's First Squad, The Moment of Truth. I'm RJ.
And I'm Nick.
Let's get to it. Hey everybody, today is the 27th, and we're taking a look at First Squad, A Moment of Truth.
That's right, and this originally came out in 2009 and was reluctantly brought over to U.S. shores. And I believe you saw it in Best Buy several times before actually buying it.
Right. It's one of those things that it looked cool. It reminds me of Tannhauser's board game, which we've been playing and have reviewed lately. It's got that, World War I, World War II feel. I thought maybe there's a little bit of steampunk just because of that on the back. There's like this little, machiney thing. But yeah, and I love the art of like the Russian, communist art, kind of thing. I love the way it looks and whatever. So yeah, it just looked interesting, and it was a bite-sized anime, and decided to check it out.
Yeah, okay. Well, it's set in 1942, which is actually the beginning of the Second World War, and we're going to be following two sides, the Soviets and the Nazis, so you have Russia and Germany. And basically what's happening is you have two paranormal sides, or paranormal research and development. Hellboy. Yeah, very much like Hellboy. The Germans have their little sect of I guess they're necromancers, because they're intent on summoning to life.
Bring a dead Baron or whatever.
Well, yeah, the Baron von Wolf, who is a Teutonic knight. So they're trying to resurrect him so that he can stop the moment of truth, which is the name of the title. It's First Squad, The Moment of Truth. And the moment of truth in this instance is that decisive moment when one event changes the outcome of, a battle or a war or whatever. So in that moment of truth, the Baron von Wolf has to kill a unnamed soldier of the Soviet side to stop the advances of the Soviet forces, and therefore win the battle, where as opposed to if that character stayed alive, that unnamed soldier, Soviet side would win and the Germans would be SOL.
Yeah, it's like one of those things where it's like the fabric of time and dimensions of the nether realm are like thin enough that you could then move, moment of truth kind of thing.
Right, which is a great idea, and I love that concept.
Yeah, there's lots of great ideas in this.
Yeah. So from there you have the Soviet side, who has Division 6, the First Squad, who are a bunch of teenagers with paranormal abilities. They've all kind of been trained to keep a mental link so that they can talk to each other or know each other.
Well, they just know when they're near to each other, basically.
And then you have them, but they all die, and the only one left alive is the team leader, Nadia, who is suffered, I think she has a concussion. She must have fallen out of the treehouse or something.
Yeah, she's got some memory loss.
Yeah, so she has some memory loss. She doesn't know who she is, and now she's in this circus, or not really a circus, but it's just a
traveling band, and she goes around and she's doing the clairvoyance thing. She's because she can see the future.
Yeah. And so you follow her and how she's the only person who can stop von Wolf as, in that moment of truth. Meanwhile, she has to find and recruit her friends from the nether realm, and I think they gave it an actual name.
They're dead and they passed on, so she's the one that can go in there, and not really sure why. They just say, you're the only one, I guess she has that link possibly as well. But anyway, yes. Is there anything else you want to say about the story before we...
About the story, no. All I wanted to say, other than that, because I don't want to give too much away, is there's a lot of really good ideas in here. But unfortunately, I don't think it reaches the potential that those ideas could have capitalized on.
No, it's really like the first chapter, and unfortunately, it's long enough that I don't know if they're going to be doing other chapters. Right. We haven't seen it. I've looked. Apparently, it started kind of as the background animation to a music video, and that's kind of, they gave them this idea, they ran with it, and they produced this DVD. And yes, there are so many cool ideas. There's a lot of ideas that inspire me to do my own ideas, like spin-off kind of things. But just the first moment when you see that what she sees, like she's doing this with the blindfold, she's doing the clairvoyance thing. It's like she's pointing to people and telling them what their name is, where they went to school, that sort of thing. Like little secrets that nobody would know. And they're like, oh, you're right. And then she takes off the blindfold and sees that, all these men are like zombies. They've got holes in their head and they're bleeding and whatever. And we see them as normal humans, but she sees them the way that they're going to be in a few minutes.
Yeah, they're
she's
about
basically
to die.
seeing the future, and she's seeing that they're all going to die. And that's really interesting.
That reminded me of an aspect from The Darkness, which is a comic that I like a lot. And in Volume 2, Jack Estacado, who is the Darkness, he has this ability where he can see, or it's not really an ability, it's more of a curse, where everyone he sees how they look when they die. So if you die with like a giant, cleaver in the forehead, you're going to see this huge gash on their skull.
Yeah, that's a future Nick's favorite, I think, is Darkness. Anyway,
Yeah.
So yes, that idea is awesome. Also going into the Nether Realm and meeting her, her former friends, and she like takes a katana with her, which there's not a whole lot of science there, but I've like created science of my own, for that.
It makes
that's
sense
cool,
in a way.
and it's just a lot of fun. And yes, it kind of boils a little bit. The first part is like I think I said like in the first 5 minutes I'm gonna love this anime.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I was wrong because I do love the first minutes and I love little parts about what goes on. But at the very end, it's like, okay, now we've got her friends are recruited and blah blah blah, and then there's like this little scuffle and then it's over.
Yeah.
And so I'm not gonna spoil anything more than that. It's just kind of it ends too quickly, and there is no real carrot on the stick. There's no real answers coming that we know of.
Right.
It could be like, maybe it's like Van Helsing where it takes forever, like it's changing a studio or something. We're going to be doing, not Van Helsing, just Helsing.
Yeah,
We're going to be doing
yeah.
Helsing Ultimate chapters 5 through 8 really soon. And that has jumped from studio to studio, and it's taken years and years to get to our shores. But as far as we know, we can't find any more of this.
Yeah, which is unfortunate because it did feel like a great build-up to something that could be great, but it just never reached it. I mean, the art, I love the art.
Yeah, that's what got me.
Visually, it was stunning, and just the ideas were great, but, excuse me, but like the friends, you only see them like once, you only hear their name once.
Yeah, you don't really know what their specialties are. I mean, you can
tell,
sense.
Right, yeah, you can tell that they're going to be really cool characters, but you never meet them, you never get to know them. They're there for a minute and then they're gone.
Yeah, so here's hoping they decide to do more with it or something happens.
I love the feel of it.
Yeah, I just, you could really take this and grow it and have video games and card games or whatever if they treated it right. But yeah, so it's a fun experiment. If you can find it really cheap and you're interested, I'd say check it out or rent it.
Right.
But don't buy it like I did at full price kind of thing. Like I think I paid like $20 or something for it, and it's not worth that.
No, it's only 75 minutes, so it's a little over an hour. It's not even,
Yeah.
And
it's just incomplete. I mean, yeah, I don't know what else to say. It's a really cool idea, but
I would have loved to seen the Soviets versus the Nazis a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, in fact, you only get a little taste of the Nazis too. Yeah. Like you have the twins and stuff,
which was cool. I love that.
Yeah, that was awesome the way they fought and stuff, and just not enough exposition, not enough story. But the little bits that are there are just brilliant. It just they didn't capitalize.
Yeah. So if we can get a sequel or a series out of this, I would be ecstatic because just it has a lot. It has a lot of great potential. Just didn't meet it.
But if you're like me and you keep running into it on the shelves and you're wondering whether you should buy it or not, here's our warning.
If it's full price, I wouldn't get it.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and check out our great playlists. Game Lab's been a lot of fun.
Yep, it has. And please leave comments. We love comments. And you can help support us by buying our wares at spiderwolf.com.
Yes, please. T-shirts, card games, our prints, short stories, and more. See you later.
You waited too long.
I fumbled.
No, you didn't fumble.
Usually,
you were like. Oh,
usually your first one is like, and then I get the second one.
Up next, Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist.
You're missing two. Yep, you're missing two.
2? Whatever will I do?
I hate when one doesn't shoot. What the hell did that
I
happen?
feel like poo, because I'm missing 2. Just rhyming.
Oh, I got that.
Today is Thursday, the 27th of December, and we're taking a look at First Squad.
That's right, the moment of truth. It's the First Squad, the moment of truth.
It's the moment of truth on First Squad, the moment of truth.
No, it's First Squad, the moment of truth.
No, I'm saying our review is the moment of truth. About First Squad, okay. You didn't get it, it just went into a weird place.
The main character who's on the cover is Nadia, and she is capable of both clairvoyance and speaking with the dead, and she has some other paranormal abilities, but you don't really get to see that.
She can speak with the dead?
Yeah, she can. She talks to her. She gets sent into the nether world, and she sees. She's clairvoyant, so she can see what's going to happen.
Yeah, but she doesn't speak to the dead.
She speaks to her dead friends
when she's in that world.
Well, that's where the dead are. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, okay.
She sees the future, and she can see who's like survived and not. It's like she sees people that are going to die as dead men.
Right. But the guy who was in charge of the program, the Division 6 First Squad leader, I guess, I don't know what he would be called, but he said that because she had her special ability, she's the only person left alive who can contact the dead, I guess,
and
is what
go
it was.
into the other world.
Yeah, I guess that's how I misinterpreted it. But you're right. So she
Don't roll your eyes at me, young man. It was correct.
Yes, you were. So you have what's known as the moment of truth.
I think we should do this again.
Okay.
It's just been weird.
Don't roll your eyes at me, young man. You threw me off with what?
Well, you did. Well, that's where I misinterpreted it.
I wasn't.
You were wrong.
I wasn't rolling my eyes at you. I was trying to say something while remembering what I was saying.
She does talk to the dead.
She does talk to the dead.
But not until she's in the... Then anybody could be talking to, talk to dead people. I hate it when they package these DVDs now and the plastic sticks to the spine.
Yeah.
It's so freaking irritating. It happens all the time. Do it. Oh.
You waited too long.
I fumbled.
No, you didn't fumble.
Usually you would
you were like... Oh, he's ready.
Usually your first one is like, and then I get the second one. Bam.
Nice playthrough. That was you said it like verbatim. Exactly how it happened. Calling your shots. Yeah, we got Babe Ruth over here.
I'm a bitch. That doesn't work. Damn it.
Oh.
It was sad.
Yeah.
See you later.